Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon The Series, the beginning episode talk, and I can't believe it everyone, we finally made it! The first filler episode. It's here, it's finally here, we have a filler episode, and yeah, it's filler, alright? However, I like this episode, just got a problem with it, but I'll talk about that problem at the end of the video. So in this episode, we are on the road to somewhere, and then Misty suggests Vermilion City, and then Ash is like, why though? And then Brock is like, well, there's a gym there, and Ash is like, to Vermilion City! And then we get the title screen, and then we learn that Ash has been battling in between the last scene and this one, and he now has a 10-win streak. And he starts bragging about his badges, and, well, this is the beginning of this episode, the whole point of the episode. So the kid that Ash beat talks about AJ, who is supposedly a very powerful trainer and who has his own gym. Not a Pokemon gym, but still. So Ash goes there and he challenges him to a battle. Also, apparently the dude has 98 winning streaks, so 2 more, and he has 10 times the winning streak that Ash has. So they get ready for the brawl. AJ sends out Sandshrew while Ash sends out Pidgeotto, who gets promptly defeated because of the fact that Sandshrew can jump really high. And then Butterfree also stands no chance, and Pikachu doesn't even want to participate. So that was a short battle. And we learned that AJ wants to go after the gyms when he gets a 100 win streak. And Team Rocket are thinking about stealing Sandshrew, but still revert back to stealing Pikachu. And now we get to the problem of the episode, which is Ash will not accept his loss to AJ, and he's like, you must have been cheating, and all that stuff. It's like, oh, come on, dude. And I like this also in the episode, because basically this episode has a message, and that is, just because you have gym badges doesn't mean anything. You may have 2 gym badges, but this guy's been training for a very long time. He is better than you are. Simple as that. So AJ goes back into the tent in order to do some intense training with his Pokemon. And from the outside, it might look a little bit like abuse, but I promise you, it is not abuse at all. He's just being tough on his Pokemon, and I like that also in this episode where we get to see like different training styles. We get like 2 things that I really like about this episode. Sure, it's filler, but it still teaches Ash something, which is badges aren't everything, but also everyone has a different training style. Some people train a bit more aggressively than others, and also it is kind of a prelude to what we will eventually get with Paul. And he challenges Ash throughout the whole show in the whole being nice versus being tough. But AJ also basically tells them that Sandshrew is his most important Pokemon, and also has some water training with it in order to toughen it up, which is actually pretty good. And Brock is not on Ash's side at all. Brock is like, you got some pretty good in shape Pokemon. They all look pretty good. It's like, yeah, they do. I mean, AJ might push them to their limit, but he knows that they can take it. He's not abusive. However, Sandshrew had this device on him, and then he takes it off, so Pikachu puts it on. But Pikachu can't hold it up, so Pikachu turns into a ball, and Sandshrew does like, oh, that's fun, let me go into a ball as well, because now it's break time. So Team Rocket comes in the ball, they steal Sandshrew by accident, and they leave. So now that the break is done, it's time to get back to training. However, Sandshrew is missing. So everyone starts searching for Sandshrew, and here we have the biggest problem that I have with Ash in this episode. And that is the fact that Ash just talks about the fact that maybe he ran away because of your abusive tactics. And it's like, oh my god, you are so unlikable right now. You're pushing it, Ash. Stop this now. But he doesn't. And then also he's like, everyone who doesn't like it here can come with me, which is also something that I don't like. That's the part of the episode that I don't really like. But once Team Rocket has made it far away, they take a break, and Sandshrew escapes. However, accidentally also takes Meowth with him. So Sandshrew returns, and obviously it's like Team Rocket was the villains. So Team Rocket returns for Meowth, and AJ is like, let me at him. They will be my 100th win. So they get up on the battlefield. Jesse sends out Ekans, and Eric Stewart sends out Coughing. Because from the moment that James sends out Coughing until the end of the episode, and from this point onwards until the end of the Hoenn arc, Eric Stewart will now be the permanent voice actor for James, because before this, it was Ted Lewis for the previous couple episodes. However, he still tries to sound like Ted Lewis in this episode, but Team Rocket has no match for that Sandshrew, and that Sandshrew just finishes them off with a fissure. Talk about overkill. And AJ gets his 100th victory. And now he's gonna challenge the gym. So they promised to meet at the Pokemon League. Won't happen. because this is a filler episode. If they met at the Pokemon League, this would not be the first filler episode. The next episode would have been the first filler episode. And Ash continues his journey towards Vermilion City. And that's the end of the episode. And overall, I like this episode with AJ and kind of challenging Ash's training style in a way, which will happen more later on. However, Ash is so obnoxious in this episode. The fact that he can't accept the loss, and the fact that he's like, oh, maybe Sandshrew ran away, and also tries to, get AJ's Pokemon. Those are things about this episode that I don't like. Outside of that, it's a solid episode. I also love the way that you get to see the bond between Sandshrew and AJ, how much they've been through to get here. You really get to see how strong his Pokemon are, because he actually pushes them. Ash doesn't really push them. And that's a problem that we'll see later on with a big flying lizard, where he doesn't really train his Pokemon. He won't really know how to train his Pokemon until we get past Kanto. And mainly into Johto. That's kind of when it fully begins, where he trains his Pokemon. And then Hoenn is the end of that, because that's where the finale happens, and that's also how it happens from that point onwards. But overall, I like this episode. For a filler episode, look, filler episodes for me range from this is fine to, oh, this was actually pretty good. And this one is on the list of this was actually pretty good. So let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below about the AJ episode. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if you're not already. Turn on notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel. Link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time for the school episode. Bye!